What's up, guys? Welcome to another videos of DevTalks with your host Travian. We talk about everything engineering and technology-wise in the world going on today. In this episode, we're going to be seeing, pretty much reviewing a new interview done with Mark Zuckerberg. And real quick, because I want to make sure I'm correct, by Tiff In Tech. She did an interview with Mark Zuckerberg, so I'm really curious about what he has to say about what's going on in the economy and really dive into it. Never know what some of these founders are going to say in some interviews or what's going to be asked. Hopefully, it's something of substance. I'm praying it is because some people don't know how to interview the right way, and I've never seen a Tiff and Tech video before. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. It helps so much. If you guys don't understand, I really appreciate it. And also, this video will be linked down in the description, and go give her a subscription if you like this video as well too, and if you want to see more of her content. But without further ado, let's dive in.
The next major computing platform is we're going to get to this point, probably sometime in the 2030s, where you have your phone with you, but it's going to stay in your pocket more because you're just going to be doing more and more things on your glasses that maybe today you would do on your phone.
Mark, I want to go back a bit, actually a long ways to when you first built Facebook. I believe you initially built Facebook in PHP. If you were to build it today, what programming language would you choose?
I think if I'd built it even like a year or two later, it would have been Python. The first version of Facebook was something I threw together in like a couple of weeks based on like a bunch of other stuff that I was working on for fun.
Looking ahead 100 years from now, what do you want to be remembered for, and what do you want Meta to be remembered for?
Oh.
Hi, Mark. How are you today?
Hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming to connect.
Thanks for having me. Today has been so exciting, so many amazing announcements. I'm curious to hear. Now, I know this is like picking a favorite child, impossible, but what are some of your favorite announcements from today?
Oh man, I mean, there's a lot. So, Quest 3S at $299. That's awesome. I mean, Quest 2, when we got to $300, that was like a killer price point for that. So, I mean, I'm super proud of what we did with Quest 3 and the high quality mixed reality. But getting it to $300 now, I think is going to be a really big deal for a lot of people. All the AI stuff, I think, is a really big deal. The voice is I think, it's just so much more natural. Right now with Meta AI, texted a few questions every day, but when I was playing around with it with my daughters last night, and we just had like a 15-minute conversation about like what our family should be for Halloween. And it's just like a completely different vibe when you're using it with voice. So I think that's going to be a big deal. All the AI stuff that we're bringing, the Ray-Bans, I think is going to be neat. Yeah. And making it so your glasses can help you remember things. Making it so that now the glasses can give you suggestions and help while you're doing things, whether it's cooking or like picking out an outfit or whatever you're doing. And then obviously Orion, right? I mean, they're just crazy glasses, right? It's like the first full wide field of view holographic AR glasses. It's not ready to ship them yet as a consumer product, but we've been working on that thing for like 10 years. So it's I'm really excited to just get to show it to people.
I know.
I'm just now realizing that I missed the Meta event, and I feel like that's so bad. As being a YouTuber in tech, I missed the event. What was I doing on this day that it came out? To be working on the hollow glasses for 10 years, I really wonder how long it took Apple to work on the Vision Pro now, because these glasses are like, they're amazing from what it looks like so far. And based on the preview and the intro, it looks like they're really going to focus on this because they want people to walk around and do everything in their glasses instead. And funny enough, I'm wearing Ray-Ban glasses for my prescription. So, hey, Meta, if you want to send some Meta glasses this way, let me know, because there's a little bit of a connection here, man. I would like to test them out. I'm so serious. I would love to try to see what they're all about, especially if you guys put 10 years of work into it. Gosh, dang. You know how much AR is that? Oh my gosh.
So I got to try Orion yesterday. I was blown away, speechless. I wish I could put it into words, but first of all, they're so lightweight. I could picture myself wearing it the entire day and how it would be useful from waking up to going to bed. The gestures as well, it just came so naturally.
The neural interface is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it really is. So I'm very excited about that, and everything else you listed, of course, too.
Yeah.
Mark, I want to go back a bit, actually a long ways, to when you first built Facebook. I believe you initially built Facebook in PHP. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
No, that's correct.
If you were to build it today, what programming language would you choose?
Oh, I think if I'd built it even like a year or two later, it would have been Python.
Nice,
But you're just talking about the website. I mean, now if you're starting something, it would probably be mobile first today.
Yes, yeah.
And because I mean, obviously that paradigm changed, right, over the, by 2010 or something, most development was mobile. And I don't know. I mean, the answer will change in the future. It'll be whatever programming language is the most important for the glasses,
exactly.
right? In the future. I mean, that was another thing. And we launched the mixed reality version of Instagram and Facebook today, which I think is going to be awesome. It's like you just get this big screened experience of feed and reels. But yeah, I don't know, PHP, it was easy to hack around it.
Yeah,
and it was just sort of like the development environment that I had the most set up back then. I did like all these fun projects, and the first version of Facebook was something I threw together in like a couple of weeks based on like a bunch of other stuff that I was working on for fun when I was in school, class stuff around. I mean, I did a bunch of pranks, a bunch of a bunch of study tools, a bunch of different stuff for my school around helping people figure out what classes they should take, all that. But I was just constantly building stuff. It was fun.
That's really cool. That sounds. I'm in that stage right now, constantly building stuff. It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, and it's clearly never changed for you. You're always iterating and building.
Like building stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's good to not get, especially the phase like you're talking about. It's like trying, like experimenting with a lot of stuff lets you figure out what resonates, right? Rather than just going, kind of committing too early to something.
I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of coding.
I like that for this instance as well too. Let's look at that what Mark just said on a aspect of being a software engineer, because obviously he was one day. Back in the day, he used to create all these projects and just build. I have a friend who's a buildaholic. That's what we're gonna start calling him. You heard it here first. If anybody takes that, it's me and you. But yeah, he's buildaholic. Just love doing projects and things like that. And the more you do different types of projects, I feel like helps you figure out what concentration that you're going to fit into. And that's blowing my mind now because I'm going to make a video on my personal channel about how to choose what concentration to go into, especially based on the market. But also you have to look at yourself as well too, and how that all works. Like, the more you try new things is the more you figure out what you're good at, what you love to do, and what you're more eager to keep on testing and trying out there. So why not go open for it? Like, I feel like that was very important and could be motivational to an aspect as well. But I feel like it depends on what you are, who you are, and what you want out of life as well too. At the end of the day, but keep building, if you're doing that, do what you got to do.
And technology. I know you're very passionate about open source AI.
Totally.
I'm curious to hear, why was it so important to you to ensure Llama was open source?
Yeah, well, we've done a lot of open source work at Meta over the years, and I mean, honestly, I'd like to say that it's because like we had some amazing vision on this, but a lot of it was just because we got started after a lot of the other big tech companies, and they had this great infrastructure, and by the time that we built it, it wasn't a proprietary advantage for us. So our view is, and this goes back to like our server designs, everything early on. So it's just like, okay, we might as well open source this, so that way we can get the benefit of the whole community using this, and the improvements that everyone brings. But if you go back to the beginning of Facebook and a lot of the infrastructure that we built, Google already had kind of proprietary closed versions of all the infrastructure that we needed to build. It just kind of made sense. So we had a lot of experience with that and how it was really useful for us. And by the time we got to AI models, we're just like, okay, well, making all of our other infrastructure making it all open source has generally been good for us. So let's try that with Llama. And it's been good.
It's been very good. I know myself and millions of other developers are very happy that it's open source. What are some of the coolest projects?
What does she make? What apps has Brett made? I need to figure out more about these people in our tech world, because she's talking about the stuff that she's designed so casually, like they also make big impacts as well in the world. I'm very curious about what she does besides just YouTube and what she's building and what projects she's going on, if that's the takes that she made.
You've seen developers build on Llama.
Well, I mean, people fine tune it to do a lot of crazy things, right? So a lot of the stuff I don't even necessarily realize is llama until a developer or an entrepreneur comes up to me later and is like, oh, this like is this foundational part of how like recommendations or how we solve this problem in our app. And it's like in all different domains, commerce, I mean, music.
Everything.
I mean, it's like, but that's the thing that's so neat about AI is it is like the ultimate general technology, right? It's the difference between kind of traditional machine learning applications and general intelligence is that it can be used for all these different, just basically every domain.
100%. And it enables so many people in different domains to, build different things, help with different tasks. It's really incredible.
Yeah.
Mark, I'm curious to hear. So going back to Orion for a sec, I know I mentioned earlier it kind of blew my mind. So I'd love to hear more about your thoughts around it. You mentioned, I think it was, how long? It was in the works for quite a few years. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I think we got started working on this around 2014.
Wow.
Now, I mean, that was when the Oculus team first joined us.
Yeah.
And they obviously weren't working on AR, right?
Yes.
I mean, the Oculus team was working on PC VR. So it's been quite a few leaps from that team, what we were originally doing to this. But the vision has been pretty consistent. We knew we needed standalone headsets for mixed reality. And we knew that glasses were the ultimate form factor that we were going for. So within maybe a year or two of really spinning up that effort, started working on the glasses version of it. And then obviously, you start off with a small team and they're exploring and then you kind of figure out what will be possible. And in the early days of working on something, you're more just figuring out what are all the challenges that we need to solve. And then it's like, okay, we're going to need a new display stack with waveguides and projectors. It's like, okay, so now we need to go build a team around who are the best people who are doing waveguides and who are the best people who are doing projectors. And we're going to need to design our own custom silicon. So, okay, who are the best people who could do custom silicon and all these different things. So it was an effort that just kind of built over time. But it's something that we've been thinking about and working towards for 10 years.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the deep thought and the further explanation that goes into this interview right here. It's actually not bad because she's getting Mark Zuckerberg to sit here and explain to us how much work actually goes into developing projects and products like this. And I like it. I almost borderline love it. In that aspect, because I feel like maybe it's because other like founders don't get interviewed to this, or CEOs don't get interviewed to this level at all. Like, or even if they do, they don't really dive into the aspects of finding the right people to work on certain products and how long it actually takes to do it. But I'm also questioning now, why does everything take 10 years? So in 10 years from now, is he going to say the same thing? Because that's Orion took 10 years and the Lambda stuff. And, well, he's talking about Orion again in that aspect of with the glasses and everything and it taking 10 years. But it definitely gets in to a deep detail. Llama took a few years or whatever time he said. And I really like the idea, but this is very specific on a few products and very clear. Like, she did a good job interviewing him, or Mark is just an amazing person to interview because of how detailed he is. Like, not to gaslight it, like it may be a mix of both, but as somebody who wants to develop things and create things, as a software engineer who wants to go around that route, that is how I feel that this interview is going and how I feel as a developer, and I'm getting the developer vibes from him. I'm getting how developers speak from him in a way as well too. So if you guys don't, let me know. But if you guys think so, or if I'm right on certain points, let me know in the comments because it's awesome, and it actually is. Watching something like this as somebody wants to create something, I want to test out Orion. It's giving me ideas of where they think the world is going to go. What can we develop as far as getting some of these things done and working from it? So I'm for it. I want to know more about Orion actually. Now I might do some more research and what capabilities can go into it and what help they might need in what sector, and especially for applications. So hey, we'll see.
Had them on and I was going through different demos with it, one of my immediate thoughts was, I wonder if this could potentially replace my phone. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I think glasses are going to be the next major computing platform, but each new platform doesn't tend to just replace the old one, right? So
Yeah.
I guess the version of this that I think about is like, you probably have this experience often where you're sitting at your desk and you have your computer there, yet you still pull out your phone to do things.
That's true,
Right?
yes.
Okay, so at some point in the last 10 years, mobile really became the primary computing platform. We didn't get rid of our computers.
No.
It's just that even when you have it, you still do more things on your phone. So what I think is going to happen with glasses is we're going to get to this point, probably sometime in the 2030s, where you have your phone with you, but it's going to stay in your pocket more because you're just going to be doing more and more things on your glasses that maybe today you would do on your phone. You'll reach a point where, just like with your computer, there are probably some things that could be done in a richer way or better in some way on your phone, but the glasses will be your main computing platform, and that will be kind of your default go-to thing. And then maybe over time you get to this point where people just don't bring their phone with them everywhere. But I think that's really far down the line. I think we're going to have our phone for a while.
Yeah.
It'll stay in the pocket more.
I like that. And maybe that was just me being, I always lose my phone or forget it. So I was like, okay, this could be good for me.
No, but I think a lot of people have this perception that in order for glasses to win, phones must lose. And I don't think that that's true.
Yeah,
right? It's just like computers didn't have to lose for phones to win.
100%.
So I think that the glasses will become the next main computing platform because of their ubiquity and integration into our lives, not because we somehow are going to decide consciously that we don't want to use phones as much.
Yes.
What did he just say right there? He said, people believe that phones have to lose for glasses to win. And his take is on how they work together. Basically, how is the phones and the glasses going to work together so that they're both successful? That's what I take from what he said. That's what he is practically saying right there. Now I want to know his take on AI and jobs and stuff like that. Because a lot of people's aspect of AI is for AI to be successful, a lot of people have to lose, especially their jobs. And I've been preaching that we have to find a middle ground on how they can work together so that we are more efficient and not replacing people. The goal of the glasses is not to replace your phone. It's a convenience thing to work with your phone. You're still going to pull your phone out, I bet. I think his 2030 time frame is probably a little bit too soon because I don't think that many people are really adapting to this glasses lifestyle. It all depends. We'll have to see. But 2040 maybe. Definitely by then. Dang, I would be like in my 30s then. But in the next 5 years, I don't see it. Maybe in 10 years, 10 plus years, it would definitely become an adoption as far as the glasses and how far they made progress so far. But I agree with that point full-heartedly, so that you don't these things don't have to lose for you to gain something out of it. It's just not true. It's not the case at all. And we can do better than that because it's all about working together and how we can use tools to work together to make things better for us, better for the economy, better for everything, better for technology, better for software engineers, And guess who's the brains and the minds behind this? All of us tech nerds. Yes, software engineers, arts developers, all of us in the tech world, manosphere, we are creative as hell. If you don't think you're creative and you're a software engineer, there's slightly a problem because we are really creative. The people who succeed in this are really creative people, and they're amazing. And we're gonna go far. As long as we're creative, we're gonna get far. For
As
sure.
much.
Yes, I love that perspective.
Yeah.
Mark, last question I have for you. Looking ahead 100 years from now, what do you want to be remembered for, and what do you want Meta to be remembered for?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what our company is, I mean, we're a technology company that builds different things to help people connect, right?
Yes.
So, and that takes the form of different things over time. So it started with websites, then it was various mobile apps. The apps focused on feeds and messaging and profiles and like all these things, and that functionality evolved over time. And now we're focused on building more of the fundamental platforms around how people will connect. I imagine that whole thing will just continue evolving.
Yes.
I would guess that if you look back 20, 30 years from now, we're still going to be a technology company, right? We're not an app company, right? It's, we're not just like focused on only content, right? So we're focused on primarily building the underlying technology platform. And I think that that's going to be true for probably as, and like certainly as long as I'm doing this. I mean, it's tough to foresee how things look after that. But I also just want us to be a company that builds awesome things. And I would like people to look back on us and say, oh, they took a bunch of really big swings, and maybe not everything that they did worked, but a bunch of the stuff that they did really kind of pushed the industry and pushed the world in different directions, and that was cool.
I like that. Mark, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a great interview, in my opinion. If you like the video, it'll be linked down in the description below. Don't forget to like it and subscribe it if you enjoy her content and whatnot. There's all of that. I'm really curious about more of what she does, but I also like Mark's philosophy as far as when it comes to creating a company. And the part of his philosophy that I really admire is being a tech company rather than being so one dimensional. So for all of you app developers and things like that, what do you guys really want out of your apps? Do you just want to create apps, websites, things and stuff, or do you want to become a technology company and figure out more stuff that you can tune into yourself and all that? So and this is for anybody who's working on these major projects that they want the stuff to grow into, because he started from Facebook and now look where Meta's grown into. And it's not even called Facebook anymore. They changed it to Meta because they want it to be valued as a technology company and for it to be worth as that. And how can they stay in that realm? They don't just only do the app stuff or social connection stuff. They do so much around here, and that's how they're able to grow and be valued at where they're being valued at. So I really appreciate that. I really like that mindset of his, and continue to grow. And I think a lot of people who are entering the industry who have high aspirations can look at this, and their dreams can only go farther. And it kind of gives you a benchmark of how to think and how it's going to go. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share. I really appreciate it so much. You guys don't understand how much I do appreciate it. And new video coming out on the personal channel, and that will be linked down. Channel will be linked down below as well too. And see you guys next time. Peace.